Welcome back to the Morning News. Leanne Ellington with Not Your Average Boot Camp is joining us, as she does every Saturday morning. Quite an interesting prompt we have today. And timely.
Oh, yes.
Watermelon. I'm sure we'll all be eating those at barbecues today.
Absolutely. Well, we've talked before about how we can make it pretty easy to work out with what you have at home. It doesn't have to cost a lot. You can use your resources. And this stemmed because couple weeks ago I was getting ready for a workout, and I was just looking around my house seeing what I could use, and good old watermelon popped up. So it's cheap. A lot of times we have them around, especially today at barbecues while you're waiting in line for your hot dog or your hamburger. You can get ready and grab some friends, put on some Michael Jackson, and have a ball.
After everybody's had a couple cocktails,
exactly.
I would recommend.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I can't wait to go to the barbecue. They're about to cut the watermelon. I'm like, wait, give me that. I have to do a couple squats first.
They'll respect you more, I promise, because you're not wearing red, white, and blue.
I know, I'm horrible.
All right, so how much does this one weigh?
You know what? I didn't even put it on a scale. I would say about 12 to 15 pounds. Yeah, something like that.
All right.
And we've talked about before how anytime you're just holding weight, immediately it's putting some weight on your spine, so therefore your core is already activated. So just a little disclaimer, make sure that whenever you are using weight, you want to make sure you do know what you're doing, or you're with a professional, because you can actually hurt yourself if you don't have proper form.
Okay.
So,
I threw my back out last week, as a matter of fact.
I know.
So I couldn't
don't touch the watermelon. All right,
yeah.
so show us your moves here, featuring fruit this morning.
Well, the first one is down on the ground, and it's a core exercise. And the great thing about a rotation of the core is it actually works your abs, your lower back, and your obliques. So this one, I call it a touch and go, but basically there's a couple of variations. You can simply turn to the side, touch, and go. Or you could actually lift up your feet, and that just makes it harder because now you're just stabilizing with your core.
That looks really hard.
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one. So figured we get into a little bit of upper body as well.
Okay.
And we've showed push-ups before and how they're such a great upper body strength exercise to really increase your overall strength. Well, now we're incorporating the watermelon, and it's going to give us a little bit of an uneven effect, showing us that we can kind of individually work each shoulder, each part of the chest, so that we're not, so that we're balancing out any instability or muscular imbalances.
Okay.
So all you do for this, and remember a push-up, you can do it on your feet or on your knees. You're simply going to take one hand on the watermelon, and you're going all the way down, all the way up. You can physically walk across and go. Or you could roll it over and go to the next side.
And just make sure that watermelon isn't too ripe so it doesn't cave in.
Exactly.
Yes, depending on how large you are.
A little bit of a mess. Exactly. So,
all right, so
kids, don't try this at home.
Abs, some shoulder, upper body work.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, a great total body exercise. Anytime you do an exercise that has a power component, meaning a little bit of momentum, where 9 times out of 10 in an exercise you're not using momentum because it takes the force off of the muscle. But sometimes momentum is good, especially if you're trying to get your heart rate up. A power exercise is a great total body exercise. So we're doing our variation of what would be called a dumbbell swing. Okay, so once again, don't try this unless you have somebody to help you or you know what you're doing. Okay, what you'd simply do is you're kind of getting into a squat position. You're bringing the watermelon or the dumbbell between your legs, and you're using power to get it up there. Okay, so you're actually kind of thrusting your hips. The momentum is actually coming from your hips. What this does, the force, the weight of it is going kind of like if you were doing a wave at a sporting event.
Okay.
The weight is coming up. You're using momentum to drive it up from your toes all the way up using power.
Yeah. Okay.
So your
entire
body would be getting fatigued versus just your upper body.
Great.
So,
Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Interesting prop today.
Yeah. And inside, after all that, there's a watermelon smoothie, right?
There is. Absolutely. Yes.
I know what we're going to have during the commercial break. Okay, we'll be right back after the break.
Good call.
Does the forecast